We are a country dominated by agriculture, where sheep outnumber people and 90% of the landscape is farmed.
Well, I was born and bred up here, so this is all I know.
It's just been every day a joy. I can hardly believe I'm lucky enough to live here.
But against a backdrop of rising prices, Brexit and a changing climate, Welsh farmers have a challenge on their hands.
I worry for this year coming because our input costs have just gone up so much.
Over the course of a year, we filmed the farmers producing food across our nation, through the ups.
It is alive. Good boy.
Oh no, there's feed. There's another one coming.
It's not always like this.
And the downs.
Are you okay? It's a lovely day for it.
It's not money, it's not the toothpaste, it's sheep that lead to divorces.
And discover why farming is their chosen way of life.
It's almost like destiny or something. I feel like I was born to do it.
This is Born to Farm.
Today we're up in Aberystwyth at the Pro Hill ram sale. We're looking for some Welsh mountain rams. The rams that we're hopefully going to buy today are the new breeding stock, so we're going to produce our first crop of lambs. So yeah, we need to try and make sure we get the right ones.
Sean is coming into the farm partnership with us on a share farming agreement. So we're looking forward to that, get some new blood into the business, and hopefully together we can grow that business and make it even more successful than it is at the moment. The start of the journey, as we say, yeah.
I'm Sean Jeffries and I'm farming at Gurnos in Llandailo. I've come to farm alongside Ian, so I've been made a partner in the business. So it's a way of getting me to start farming and to get experience. Start from the back and work our way up, is it?
There we are.
I wasn't born on a farm, but I do feel I was born to farm, and yeah, I can't see myself or want to do anything else really.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, good job.
It's an exciting opportunity, but also it is slightly nerve-wracking, and with the state of the industry at the minute, things are going to be difficult to start off with, so we're going to have to put ourselves out there and go for it really.
I'm trying to find my glasses now so I can read the catalogue.
Yeah, it is an exciting day, and it could be an expensive day as well, isn't it?
Good on the index.
So we're trying to go for a smaller tub, not too small, but something that'll bring the size of the ewes down a little bit. Because the bigger they are, the more they eat, the more it costs to winter them. The rams here today have got estimated breeding values, so that gives us a bit of data behind them, and we can hopefully make a bit of an informed decision on what we want to buy. Plus on his muscle, and basically naught on his fat. I feel it's just using science to try and help you make a bit of a more informed decision. But the figures aren't the be all and end all. This is your extra tool in the box. Have a look at his mouth. And you want a nice short tooth, as short as possible. The longer they are, they tend to fall out sooner, and that's no good then.
Put a tick by him. If you like him, yeah. I'm happy to go with the flow. You're going to have to put up in the tubs I got there already, aren't you? So.
We've got a couple marked. We'll think of a budget and put a bit more on top of it probably, and just try our best then and see how many we get. I think it's been successful.
Yes, we've got 2 rams, so yeah.
Yeah, we came for
good
2 and we've got 2, so
Yeah.
happy enough.
Yeah.
So the next steps is to pay and, and get them home, get them settled in, and then 3-4 weeks time they'll go out to work then.
So we've got a very early start this morning. We have to leave at 6 o'clock to get to the abattoir for 7:30.
Oh, breakfast in bed for Peanut.
Yeah. Well, I don't enjoy doing it. I don't think anybody does. But it's part of what we have to do. It's part of our responsibility. We could ask somebody to take them, or we could sell them on, but that's not the right way. I don't think. I think they're born here and they die with us. And today's the day. I'm Anna. I farm with my wife Kate at Penbank in West Wales, North Pembrokeshire. So we are in the autumn now, mid-November, and what it means to us as meat farmers is it's our, so to speak, harvest time now. We're taking 15 of our hogget to be slaughtered today. It's a big deal because we're not huge, so we only do this sort of thing once a year. So yeah, that's the plan.
This is my homeopathy kit for, it's actually for bovines, for cattle, but anyway, it all works for everybody pretty much, but it's great because everything is all already mixed up. So today I'm just taking aconite for fear, I'm taking Ignatia for separation, and arnica for any bumps and bruises. So I'll take those, I'll put them in my pocket, and when they get in the trailer, put my arm in and spray them around, yeah. So I do believe it makes a difference. There we go. Maybe I won't feed the pigs because they'll be in bed. We always wanted to take animals from the farm, from birth, if you like, to the plate. And that means making some challenging choices. Animals here, they grow slowly, they have a good life. In the case of sheep, 1.5 years. In the case of cattle, 2.5, maybe 3 years. We sell the meat locally. Given all the talk about meat and what it does for the planet, there's something about choosing the best meat you can, maybe eating less of it, but choosing the best meat that you can. Go on, get in, go on.
We wanted to make sure that we spent time yesterday in preparing for this, because if the loading goes wrong, it adds on to stress for the animals and for us. So we try and do as much preparation as possible. As soon as we get there, it'll be very quick. They'll be slaughtered within an hour. So they had a good life, and we thank them for the meat, and yeah, we move on. And when we get the meat, it's very rewarding, but doing this, it's not the nicest part of farming.
Autumn for us as farmers is like our reset button. It's a good time of making sure that things are repaired and ready for the winter.
We've fenced the fields, smaller fields, and we've stopped the livestock getting into the stream, and we've got a stream-side corridor.
It's like a motorway for the wildlife.
So, because the sheep and the cows can't go to the water, we now have to bring the water to the cows.
We can do small things to help the wildlife, and it doesn't affect the business, doesn't affect the farm, so it's a win-win situation for everybody.
My name is Leo Jones, and I farm here at Derwy Llafahangel near Carwyn. I knew I wanted to be a farmer. I just became a farmer far earlier than normally would have happened.
My father farmed here, and he became ill with cancer. I was 19 when I took over the farm, and I was 23 when I totally took over the farm on my own.
You've got to change as you go along. I want my children to inherit a farm that was in a better environmental state than I inherited it from, and that's because just progress.
Just here now, by the stream, we're putting a pump in, a water pump. You know, if you've got your own water, why buy it in?
The pump is quite special because it uses the water up the stream to pump the water up. So we don't use any electricity, and it's just constantly just pumping, I think about 3,000 litres a day just through the pump, and it's just enough for the cattle, and any excess goes back into the stream.
It's just going to save us money, it's going to save us time, and it's great for the environment. So what I need to do here today is, whilst we were installing it the other day, we didn't have a right connection, so we just did a temporary job to connect it, but it's obviously split, so I bought the proper connection. We're gonna put the new connection on, switch the pump back on, and hopefully get more water up on the top of the mountain. This blue pipe, it goes up 100 metres up here, and it's 6 metres high. So the water then comes down, and as it comes down and uses gravity, the pressure in the pipe increases. So we're using that energy in the water to move the pump, and by moving the pump, it pumps the water up. I love this because it's like the water produces its own energy. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it was cheap, really. I'm really proud of that. I hope there's water coming through. Oh, nice!
So we've been here nearly a year. We have experienced all seasons. We've learned a lot about the land and the area, and we love it here. We're very happy here, and so are the animals.
I just feel so at home here. It's really, it's wonderful for me to come back to Pembrokeshire because I grew up in Pembrokeshire, so I feel completely at home. I love being somehow nestled between the sea and the mountains. I've always said to Anna, I am not leaving Penbank except in a box. That's what they say, I think. I've even thought about where I want to be sprinkled, but anyway, hopefully not immediately. Got a few years yet.
We are selling now, we're selling meat boxes. We've taken a few animals to slaughter, and then 7 days later we had to pick the meat up, ready butchered from the abattoir. Somehow when it comes back as a product, labelled and vacuum packed and cut into, you know, portion size cuts, somehow it's not that animal anymore. It's a product, and you know, I don't know which animal it was necessarily. It's not as emotional as it was taking them to the abattoir.
We don't sell into, I suppose, what you might call the conventional food and farming market. So we don't use markets. We have a closed flock and a closed herd. We're taking them all the way, as I said, from birth to plate. So
well, he has nearly 30 ladies to see to.
That's a lot of ladies. As we all are concerned about the climate crisis and the huge globalisation of food, local has very, very few fuel miles, plus we have no inputs for our animals, so we haven't got that carbon footprint either. So yeah, that is what we're trying to do, keep it local and create an ecosystem that's bigger than ourselves.
I think all I've got left is about half a cow, really. Everything else has been sold. I have kept a few nice cuts for ourselves to try. So if we don't sell it, then it'll be our supper for the winter, yes.
Can you cheers with tea? Cheers.
Why not?
Lekker.
Yeah, this autumn I'd say it's definitely been warmer than usual. We've got a lot more grass on the farm than we would definitely had previously. I really enjoy working at, this time of year. The colours are quite remarkable, and it's really quite nice. So you get some nice warm days and some cold mornings. Since the winter last year, the cost of everything's gone up. So the cost of my main cost is my feed. That's gone up by an extra £20,000 a month for the hens. Electricity's gone up as well. Thankfully, we're pretty much protected from that because we generate our own electricity, which is really helpful. It's probably the only thing that's keeping us going, really, not having that electricity bill. If you can be green, I think it helps the environment and it helps the business. So it's a win-win situation. It's a no-brainer, basically, being green. So we've got some heifers here, and they're grazing outside. We've grown kale over the summer, and they're eating the kale, and they're also having bales of silage. So it's really healthy for the cows. They like it. They put a lot of weight on, which is what we're after. They are ploughing the field for us as well. They're also fertilising the field for us as well. So it's saving costs basically for us and making it more, trying to make this farm a little bit more profitable. Is the fence on?
The fence is on.
Oh God, you're bloody... I thought I wouldn't do it with the fence on. You're braver than me.
Braver or stupid.
So myself and Vicky will be going in. We'll be taking the fence off, and the cows will rush onto the nice lush kale that's in front of them, and hopefully that'll be it then until maybe Sunday. So we're basically strip grazing the field, so we're just allowing them to have a certain amount of kale and the bale, and that will last them for maybe a couple of days, and then we just come up every couple of days, move them on. It's nice to have a what's it called? Wellingtons with no holes in them.
Yeah. Some call that a luxury.
And then we've got enough land to last them until hopefully mid-January, and then they'll be in for just maybe a month or so, and then hopefully the grass will have grown in April and they'll be out again.
So today's probably one of the most important days of the year when we put the rams out. This is the start of the breeding season, so the start of next year's crop of lambs for sale.
We've started our farming partnership together to coincide with the start of the sheep year. Obviously Sean is with us now and Teleri is here as well helping today. So there's a different system, it's a bit more juggling around to do. So the more the merrier when you're handling sheep.
We just need to find about 70 or 80 odd ewes that aren't related to the old ram, and then we'll mark them up and they can go in a group with him, and then the others then we'll try and mark them more on type and try and match them up on physical appearance a bit. I'm Cupid and the tag reader's the arrow, really. It feels exciting to start a venture like this because there's not that many of them to be had. They are popular in like New Zealand, for example, milking cows, but in this country, they're few and far between, really. So it's nerve-wracking at the same time. I think me and Ian get along. We both want to go in the same direction. So I'm sure it'll be a success, really. The rams, spend 10.5 months of the year eating and fighting amongst themselves, and then 6 weeks of fun, so they're looking forward to it. So when we put the rams out, we'll paint their chests. So then when they serve the ewes, they mark them. So we know how they're getting on.
Right, so we've got to rattle these now, innit?
So this one is an old ram, so he's proven, but you know, sometimes things happen, so just good to see how they're getting on, and you can prevent any mishaps then with enough time.
Look at him, you've seen the ram move so fast.
Out of the tubs we bought this year, it's probably my favourite. Yeah, we called him Zidjan because that was the name of the bloke that bred him. He's quite compact, he's square, he's low to the ground. He hasn't got too much horn on him. Yeah, and he's got a blouse, we would call it, like a bit of a beard. So, you know, he's going to have some hardiness in him as well. Yeah, so this is the last bunch now. So we're going to get the ram and put him out and then walk him up, and then yeah, that'll be it then. Happy days. Yeah, it feels like we've started properly now. So we've formed a new partnership here. Ian's name was gone first. So yeah, we're Rickman and Jeffries now. But I'm excited anyway to just get on with it now, really.
Rams are out now, aren't they? You know, we're committed now. We've done the best we can. It's up to the sheep now, isn't it? Out of our hands now somewhat, isn't it?
I go for a pint. Yeah.
I love farming. Are you kidding?
I want to farm for some reason that, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but it's like a calling inside, really. It's destiny or something. I feel like I was born to do it.
We're just here to protect the land, but also make a living out of it.
Lifts my soul. It's just incredible. I love it, all of it, even the mud.
I couldn't go and work in the office now. No, not ever.
I can't see myself or want to do anything else, really.
It's great for us because we're able to tell our story of what we do, because I am proud of what we do here.